This video brought to you by Salesforce Docs. Welcome to Object Access, the third in the Who Sees What series. These videos provide the basics on visibility and data access in Salesforce. Okay, so you've given your users access to the organization by setting IP ranges and login hours. Now it's time to talk about access to objects. Profiles determine the objects users can access and the permissions they have on an object record. Profiles control which tabs are visible and which tabs are available in the app launcher. They also determine object access and what permissions people have to each object: create, read, edit, and delete. As we saw in the earlier video, Organization Access, profiles contain system settings that control login hours and IP ranges. Salesforce provides standard profiles to get you started. You can't edit standard profiles, but you can clone them and then edit them to create custom profiles. The most basic profile is the standard user. The standard user has create, read, edit, and delete permissions to most standard Salesforce objects, such as accounts, contacts, and opportunities. There are 3 additional profiles that are based on the standard user: Solution Manager, Marketing User, and Contract Manager. These profiles build on the standard user profile, with additional permissions for users in specific areas. There are 2 other special profiles: the read-only profile, which grants access to the same objects as the standard user profile, but limits permissions to read only, and the System Administrator profile. The System Administrator profile has 2 superpowers: view all data and modify all data. These permissions override all sharing rules and settings, so be careful when granting these permissions to any other profiles besides the System Administrator. Let's go into our practice organization for AW Computing to see how this works. In this demo, we're going to create a custom profile for the inside sales reps at AW Computing. Before we get started, let's enable the Enhanced Profile User Interface. This interface makes navigation when creating profiles much easier. This setting is located under Setup, User Management Settings. Now, let's use the Quick Find box to bring up profiles. Here we see a list of all the standard and custom profiles in our org. We clone the standard user profile to get started and name it. The profile interface is divided into 2 sections: App Settings and System Settings. App Settings determine what apps are available to the user, which objects and tabs they have access to, and app-specific permissions, like Manage Call Centers for the Call Center app. System Settings determine login hours and IP ranges for a particular profile and determine system permissions. System permissions work across the entire app. They range from permissions like create and customize reports to edit read-only fields. We'll start with assigned apps. Our inside sales reps don't need access to the call center or marketing apps, so we deselect those. And we keep Sales as the default app. Next, we'll set the object permissions this profile has. This drop-down arrow gives us access to both the apps and the system settings, just as we saw on the previous page. We click Object Settings. We don't want inside sales to edit or delete accounts. That process is managed by our marketing team, so we clear the checkboxes. From the Object Settings pick list, we go to Contacts. We'll leave these settings as is. Since the inside salespeople are in touch with their clients, we want them to be updating their contact records. From the Object pick list, we go to Opportunities. We don't want inside salespeople to delete opportunities. If an opportunity is lost, we want to keep that record in the system so the sales team can evaluate its wins and losses. AW Computing uses chatter files and content for all document storage, so we don't want the salespeople to mistakenly use the Documents object. We could just mark this tab as hidden, but people might still see records of this type in reports, dashboards, or in related lists. Since our goal is to prevent access to this object entirely, let's remove the read permission from the object. We've just created a custom profile based on the standard profile that was provided by Salesforce. Now let's assign this profile to Karen Adams, one of our inside sales reps. As we've already done with our other inside sales reps, Jessica, Diego, and Lucia. We've assigned this profile to everyone else in inside sales. We can see which users are assigned to a profile by going to the profile list, clicking the profile in question, and viewing the list of assigned users. Great! We've just created a custom profile for our salespeople and assigned it to everyone on the sales team. To learn more about visibility and access, check out all the titles in this video series. You can also search for these topics in Salesforce Help. And come join us on the trail at trailblazer.salesforce.com.